Hello there, Server from 17 once again. This is my Dead Space 3 guide. This is Impossible Difficulty, and Chapter 16, What Lies Below. So, this level, guy, oh my god, just everything about this level. Why? Why, Visceral? Why was this what you envisioned for this? I just don't understand it. Because to me, this would have been a much more fun section if we'd have been on the lift. You know, the lift was descending, you could have bits of ice landing on the lift and cutting off, you know, potential escape routes, and having a firefight with the enemies and necromorphs dropping on, and like, it could have even been an elevator shaft where you were jumping from elevator to elevator, you know, dropping down in a really climatic looking falling sequence, or some kind of strategic platformer, or anything but the fucking abseiling. God, just God. And to make it even worse, you've got perfect aim soldiers on this ship that you're shooting at, and because it's a distance away from you, and gravity and every other, you know, force and physics and what have you, there's distance on your shots, there's accommodation that needs to be done. There's necromorphs that attack you. These black whiptails here, if they hit you, you'll die in one hit. I don't know why. Maybe, you know, when you're abseiling, you put on your thin clothes. I don't even know, but for whatever reason, everything is extremely deadly. And to make matters worse, coming up, there's going to be this enemy which I believe is the alien life form that we created in the lab. I believe it's one of those. The inhabitants of this planet who discovered the necromorphs before we did. And they're going to start attacking you. And they spit out the baby explosives. And a lot of people have noticed that this game doesn't have, you know, the babies in it at all. They've got rid of the children, they've got rid of the baby faces, they've got rid of a lot of the, you know, the baby iconography. And people seem to think it's to appeal to a wider audience. It's a form of censorship because of, you know, child violence and stuff like that. Especially when there's been a lot of shootings happening recently with young fucking morons deciding to gun down other folk for whatever deluded reason they decided for today. And I don't know if that's had an effect on this game, especially now that there's a bunch of, you know, different politicians that are attacking, you know, violent media, which they say violent media, but you notice how they never aim it at books and they never aim it at fucking films. It's always aimed at either music or games. Because if you listen to music, it makes you a thug, and if you play violent games, you're gonna, you know, kill your entire school classroom full of friends. Which is completely preposterous, because the people that do these shootings would do these shootings if they were raised by fucking angels living in Jesus' beard. It's just stupid. You know, some people are just fucked. Some people have a proclivity towards violence, some people are unstable. Sure, there's a lot of external factors, but at the end of the day, they would be a complete psychopath with a Rubik's Cube. It doesn't matter, it's just a case of they have an automatic rifle. That's the only difference. You can't blame it all on Morpheus. God damn it. But this section it's just bad. It's just abseiling for the sake of abseiling with stupid fucking, you know, previously babies, now they're just kind of wall exploding turd things. Bunch of dudes that are shooting at you, a bunch of environmental hazards. It's just a clusterfuck of garbage. It really is. Like the vertical cover stuff on Dark Void and Inversion is better than this. And those games were lackluster, to say the least. This is a quality game that for some reason, I think they got drunk on a Friday. They all got pissed and they forgot they put this in. This is the bit that they were designing on the side to take the piss out of the game because they were taking it far too seriously. So they made this extremely novelty sequence that they had no intentions of leaving in the game. Everybody got pissed. Somebody accidentally put Rohypnol in the punch bowl and nobody remembered it was still in the release, because this level is trash. This level is just pure trash. It's not fun, it's not cool, it's just bad. But luckily enough, it's easy. The only thing that's difficult about it is just how goddamn annoying it is. That's literally it. The only thing that sucks about this is it lasts about 2 hours longer than it should. And it only lasts 2 hours and 10 minutes, but it's still too long. So this sequence here, you want to tap A so you can land. As soon as you land, these guys are going to fire rockets at you, so you want to use your kinesis and throw it back. I use stasis because I'm a moron. Didn't mean to press the wrong button, it's just, you know, programmed in me. And then we need to clear up these last few stragglers, so a couple of well-placed shots to the face. Watch this. Don't know what happened there, but I triggered some wicked slowdown. Like, oh yeah, Slow-mo. But the game finally recovers, and we can go back to it not being ridiculously slow. So we're continuing to make our way down. This next one is probably the toughest checkpoint, because when you go through this little cabin, on the other side there's a bunch of the head things that turn the guys into gunners. I completely skipped them. Then you're going to be jumping down another abseiling cliff face, and this time there's going to be debris everywhere. There's going to be babies coming out of cracks that blow up. Best thing to do with the babies is to hit them with the force gun and knock them off. That way you don't have to worry or mess with them. And then as you get towards the bottom, you're going to be introduced to the new creature, which is one of the alien race things, which I've dubbed Rosettas, because they look like that Rosetta thing. And when we get to the city in chapter 17, all the architecture is this foreign race, which these creatures that attack you are a part of. And they spit exploding babies at you that don't have baby faces anymore. So you want to be real careful, but they can be killed. A little funny story, when me and Aiden first got here, we didn't think you could kill them. We thought they were meant to be like a nemesis type enemy or a regenerator type enemy, so we were running away from them and stasising them. As soon as we found out we could kill them, we just razed them to the floor with seekers. But I guess that's kind of the story of the game. You know, as soon as you realise the best way to approach a situation, you just shit stomp it. This is the Carver version of the suit that we're wearing, I believe. It's the one with the fantastic helmet. This is one of my favourite helmets in the game. But then again, I don't think Carver has a bad helmet. He seems to have got all the really good helmets. Jammy bastard. I'm not a big fan of how his colour scheme is red, because I don't know, I don't like red that much. Makes me feel like a Power Ranger, and Power Rangers aren't cool anymore. But no transducers, so no dice when it comes to upgrading. It's just a case of moving forward now, hitting the bench maybe. Checking my ammo supply, perhaps buying some ammo. See what we're doing. Rail accelerator, heavy scaff, safety guard, and a single scavenger bot has returned. How many seals does it give us? Oh, that didn't give us any seals. That was either one that was on a cache or just a really shit bot. Like Johnny 5 before he goes in Rambo mode. But one thing you'll notice too, if you've been collecting a lot of the collectibles when you've been playing, you will have significantly better circuits than I have. So make sure you use them, because when you upgrade your weapons correctly on this game, you can become an absolute wrecking ball. And +2s and -1s are not the best at all, especially when you can get double +3s. Double +3s are the sexy ones. I'm not sure if there's any better than that. There could be, but as it stands, double +3s are pretty damn tasty. But there's the bench work. Now it's on to more abseiling. God, abseiling, just why? Fucking why? It could have been so much better. I just don't understand. I'm curious. I want to ask Mr. Paputis. Is it Steve Paputis, the creative director? I want to sit down with Steve. I'm going to be like, Steve, why? Why, Steve? And he's going to look at me. There's going to be shame in his eyes. He's going to look down. He's going to look up. And he's going to say, because. And that's it. And I'm going to be happy. But it still sucks. And it shouldn't be in the game. But more upgrading. Random circuits. I'm not too sure what I'm trying to do. This is the Seeker and the Force Gun. You'll notice because the Force Gun has absolutely no damage. And the Seeker has complete damage. Because that's what it does. That's all he does! And he won't stop coming until you are dead! Good old Michael Biehn, how we'll miss you so. Oh, where did he go, man? He made Terminator, he made Navy SEALs, made a whole ton of stuff. I think he was he in K2? Then he just vanished. Just vanished. We lost a national hero. An American hero. But through here, there is a little bit of loot and a couple of enemies, but to be completely honest, you don't need to do shit with them, so I just completely skip them, because this next sequence, if you're going to die at any checkpoint on this level, it's going to be this one. Because this is the one where the babies can just insta-turd you. But you don't have to rush. There's nothing forcing you down these. You don't have to keep up with the elevator. There's no reason to rush it. You can take your time. You can back up. You can snipe everything to your own, your own leisure. There is no impetus to get to the bottom of this shaft. It's kind of strange, actually. And I just think it's a terrible level. I think it's absolutely dreadful. But just be aware of your environment, because every so often the ground is going to give way. Sometimes the combination of the ground giving way and the babies turning up can lead to some pretty frustrating deaths. But here they come. Here's me exploiting the force gun pushback to try and knock them off and clear the way. Because you can jump past them, but if they're aggroed at you and they're coming towards you, chances are they're just going to blow up, and it turns you into a chicken drummer, which is not cool. But if you commit to it and you're fast, this bit's easy. If you make some mistakes or you end up getting unlucky, I can see you dying a few times here, because on co-op me and Aiden died a lot here just because of the bullshit. Just, little kid things getting too close and blowing you up. Just real strange. But also there's going to be the new enemy, and it's going to start tearing its way up this rock face in a moment once we get past these little jumps. Be careful of the babies on the sides as well. I don't know if they can damage you, but chances are they can. Everything in this game seems to try and kill you at some point. But here it is. The crazy Rosetta alien race thing. And here he comes. So this enemy is just trash. Absolute trash. Somebody left a comment saying that is the revised version of the brutes, but it can't be, because it looks like the statues on this planet, and the brutes are pretty damn distinctive looking, and they take more than 3 seeker rifle bullets. That's why I like them, because essentially they're just bulls. They're just giant gorillas. And this sequence here, when you land, if you rush and you force gun the guy down, you can run directly to this door and get a checkpoint. If you turn around, there's going to be one of those Rosetta things that's going to chase you, and it's going to spit babies at you. The babies will blow up, and it's a rough time for everyone. But there's the checkpoint. You can now go back and grab the ammo if you want to. I just decided not to. So this sequence here, there's going to be a ton of the Rosetta things, a whole bunch more of the explodey babies, and there's going to be some fans, which aren't necessarily much of a problem. I don't bother killing these things. I just stasis them and I jump over them. This is all about speed, this section for me. It gets you through it quicker, and anything that makes this level faster is a good idea, because I think it's trash. But here comes another one. Here comes some more explodey babies. So clear the babies out, stasis the Rosetta, and just jump over them. And like I said, there are gaps, and this bit looks more intimidating than it is. It's really not that bad. One of the worst parts is the controls. The controls are just shit. Feel like trash. Hate them. There is the fan. Stasis the fan, and as soon as you get to the bottom of here, it's going to do a little bit of a cutscene. And then you have to tap A for some reason. I thought you'd have to shoot the blades off or shoot the engine or something, but apparently tapping A is the new cool thing in the industry. But there's the landing. There's the end of this chapter. So thank you for watching, and you take care now.